Hi guys and welcome back to the Mighty Blues. My name is of course Cameron and welcome back today to another video. There you go, it is official. Everton have completed the signing of Demarai Gray from Bayer Leverkusen. Demarai Gray comes in of course after Everton announced the signings of Andros Townsend and Asmir Begovic, and Gray becomes Everton's third signing of the summer and Rafa Benitez's third signing as Everton manager. Quite excited about this one, to be perfectly honest with you. I think out of the three players that obviously we've been heavily linked with over the last 24, 48, 72 hours, Demarai Gray is the one that I think intrigues people the most. Obviously Asmir Begovic is coming in to be a backup goalkeeper, no issue with that. Andros Townsend's come in, spoke really well in his first interview, looks made up to be here, looks happy to, with the challenge ahead of him. Again, some people not so happy about that signing, some people are. Personally for me, I think it's a good deal. Andros Townsend coming in on a free, very experienced winger, over 400 career games, 36 games for Palace last season. I think it's a good signing, but Demarai Gray is one that I think intrigues a lot of Evertonians. The reported fee is around £1.5 million, which is very cheap. He's 25 years old, just turned 25 very recently, like I said, currently playing over in Germany for Bayer Leverkusen, albeit hasn't had an awful lot of game time there, which is understandable when you think of some of the other wingers that Bayer Leverkusen have at their disposal, but certainly a very talented footballer. I remember seeing him play for Birmingham when he was coming through and establishing himself as a sort of a good level footballer in the country. I remember watching him for Birmingham and he looked really solid. I remember thinking then actually Everton should be looking at bringing this lad in. He was young, he was hungry, he's a level above anybody else on the pitch. At that time he ended up going to Leicester. It didn't quite work for him at Leicester, and then obviously, like I said, he went over to Bayer Leverkusen and it hasn't quite worked there, but he's certainly a player that I think you would file under the unfulfilled potential category. But I think that makes the transfer a little bit more exciting for us because, we know he's a player with talent. He's got pace to burn, which is something that obviously Everton haven't got at the moment within the squad. So that is a welcome addition. He can beat a man. He can score goals. He's skillful. So, okay, he hasn't really... he hasn't, I suppose, fulfilled that potential in the last few years or so, and he certainly, like I said, I don't think he's settled properly at the likes of Leicester and Bayer Leverkusen, but that doesn't mean that he won't fulfil the potential at Everton Football Club, and for the price that has been rumoured as to what we've paid for Demarai Gray, I think it's a really good deal. Like I said, 25 years old, he's going to come in with, that sort of... Hopefully he's going to come in with that, feeling of, right, okay, I'm being given another chance here to perform in the Premier League and being given another chance to show that I'm good enough to be playing for a side that, are challenging for Europe and are challenging, at the top ends of the league, because we know he's got talent. If you ever watched Demarai Gray when he was sort of coming through the ranks at Birmingham, and even when he first signed for Leicester, he's a very talented player. Like I said, pace to burn, a winger that can come on and affect games, a winger that can also affect games from the start as well, and obviously offers us something that we don't have, which effectively is any wingers that can affect games. Obviously Andros Townsend coming in who can do similar, but I'm really excited at the Demarai Gray signing, to be perfectly honest with you. I really am, because I think although he's not, like I said, fully established that potential, there's certainly for me a hidden gem of a player in there, and if we can get that hidden gem of a player out, then we've got some player on our hands. Like I said, 25 years old, at a decent age, again, not a youngster anymore. Hopefully he's matured a little bit from those earlier days as well, and maybe that is something that will make him a better player, having that maturity. We've seen how that has helped Jordan Pickford at Everton, of course, going through those years of maturity, and he's come out of it a much better footballer. Hopefully, the same can be said about Demarai Gray, and like I said, a big opportunity for him to actually perform in the Premier League and get another chance to show the world that he is as good of a footballer as what a lot of people thought when he was first coming through at Birmingham. So for me, look, really excited about Demarai Gray becoming an Everton player. I really am. Again, look, it mightn't work out. We might be sitting here in 12, 18 months' time and talking about Demarai Gray, leaving the football club because he hasn't worked out and he hasn't been good enough. And if we were sitting here talking about, Everton paying 15, 20, 25 million for Demarai Gray, then I'd understand a lot of the reservations surrounding the sign, and I'd be a little bit like, hang on, that's a lot of money for a player that hasn't fulfilled his potential and hasn't really been able to settle and perform in the Premier League. But it's not, it's a reported £1.5 million that we're signing signing him for, which is, let's be honest, minimal. And if Demarai Gray even comes into Everton as a decent 6 months, 12 months, let's say he has a good season next season, we'll probably get offers that would double, if not triple, maybe even quadruple the price that we've paid for him. And I don't know whether that is the plan for the football club, whether the plan is to bring him in, utilise him for a couple of seasons and then sell him on for a profit, or whether the club are looking at him coming in and being a player that sticks around for quite a long time. He is 25. Again, like I said, obviously Andros Townsend coming in, Demarai Gray coming in. Hopefully we'll be able to bring in another winger that we would see as more of a starter, if you like, maybe a Leon Bailey or somebody along that ilk. Again, we've been linked with Leon Bailey over the last 48 hours or so, but this is a big opportunity for Demarai Gray to not just come to Everton and be part of a squad, but come to Everton and show Rafa Benitez and everybody at Everton that he's good enough to be starting Premier League games of football. I think, again, it's a brilliant signing to pad the squad out. Said the same about Andros Townsend coming in. And it gives us something else. It gives us some squad depth. It gives us a different option, whether it be off the bench or from the start of games. How many times did we sit here last season and we were looking at the bench thinking we need to bring somebody on here, we need to change the game, and we just couldn't do it whatsoever. We were looking at the bench and thinking, right, there's nobody there that can change the game. There's nobody there that can offer us something different. Well, if you're looking at the bench and all of a sudden you've got Andros Townsend, who's a experienced Premier League winger, who's again over 400 career appearances, 36 games for Palace last season. He's an option off the bench. And you're looking at Demarai Gray, fast, lightning, 25 years old. Again, a bit of unfulfilled potential. If he can sort of find that potential, and like I said, fulfill it, and also be comfortable at Everton, then I think we've got some player on our hands. I really do, and like I said, I'm really excited about this signing. Let us know your thoughts on Demarai Gray signing for Everton Football Club in the comments section down below. He is Rafa Benitez's third signing as Everton manager, obviously after Asmir Begovic and Andros Townsend joined the football club earlier on in the week. For me, like I said, it could go wrong, and if it does go wrong, it's not a massive loss. It's a couple of £1 million, doesn't really mean much. If it goes right, then not only could we make a massive profit on him, but we could also have a top player on our hands, and a player that certainly offers us something different to what we've currently got in the squad. And like I said, it's one word I would say to describe this signing is intriguing. I'm very intrigued about what Demarai Gray can bring to Everton Football Club, whether we can get the Demarai Gray that we all sort of thought he would turn out to be when he was a younger, he was a young lad breaking through in the Birmingham Academy, whether we can actually start to see that quality that we know he possesses and we know that he's got. It's just about getting him to show that quality, and if we can get him to show that quality, then I think we could have a top player on our hands, and a player that hopefully will be able to impact Everton Football Club in the right way. So let us know your thoughts on the signing in the comment section down below. If you have enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button. It does only take a second. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We'll be talking about the signings of Demarai Gray, Andros Townsend and Asmir Begovic over the next coming days in live streams as well, so don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell notification as well to make sure you keep up to date with all the latest Everton news and information. But that's it. Everton have confirmed the signing of Demarai Gray. The winger joins to become Rafa Benitez's third signing after Asmir Begovic and Andros Townsend. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you've enjoyed this one, leave it a like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you soon on the Mighty Blues.